The decision is being mourned by scientists around the world who used the telescope for years to search for asteroids, planets and extraterrestrial life. Funding had been committed to raising Arecibo Observatory back from the dead, but the $5 million will now go toward constructing an education center at the site. When a cable holding up a 900-ton receiver platform snapped and sent the massive structure hurling onto the reflector dish more than 400 feet below, smashing right through it. The 1,000-foot-wide dish also was featured in the Jodie Foster film, Contact, and the James Bond movie, GoldenEye. The collapse of Arecibo stunned many experts who had relied on what was until recently the largest radio telescope in the world. Jonathan Friedman, who worked for 26 years as a senior research associate at the observatory and still lives near it, said in 2020, "It sounded like a rumble. I knew exactly what it was. I was screaming. Personally, I was out of control. I don't have words to express it. It's a very deep, terrible feeling." After hearing the distant roar, Friedman said he ran up a small hill near his home and saw a thick cloud of dust hanging over the location of the telescope, confirming his suspicions and greatest fear. Arecibo had endured hurricanes, tropical humidity and a recent string of earthquakes in its 57 years of operation, but it was mechanical failures that brought it down for good. It received a grant of $2 million in 2018 shortly after Hurricanes Irma and Maria ripped through the island and damaged the observatory. However, between 2001 and 2006, NASA had decreased and then fully eliminated its support of the planetary device. The American Space Agency had a change of heart in 2010 and provided the observatory with $2 million per year, mainly so it could study near-Earth objects. Although the small budget was helping Arecibo get by, in 2015 and 2016 NSF proposed decommissioning it and said it would continue to reduce funding as the years passed. The move sparked fury among the scientific community, which raised concerns over the number of scientific discoveries that would be lost if the massive telescope would shut down. Arecibo has also served as a training ground for a number of graduate students and drew about 90,000 visitors a year. Just 30 days after the collapse, scientists have since harnessed the power of the telescope to track asteroids on a path to Earth, conduct research that led to a Nobel Prize and determine if a planet is potentially habitable. Puerto Rico Governor Wanda Vázquez signed an executive order approving $8 million to help rebuild the renowned telescope. This funding was to be used for removing and disposing of the debris and the design of the new telescope. Sean Jones, Assistant Director for the Directorate of Mathematical and Physical Sciences at NSF, said on Thursday, "We understand how much the site has meant to the community. If you're a radio astronomer, you've probably spent some time of your career at Arecibo. The Education Center is set to promote programs and partnerships related to science, technology, engineering and math." NSF also seeks the implementation of a research and workforce development program, with the center slated to open next year in the northern mountain town of Arecibo where the telescope was once located. "This is a pivotal time. The education component is very important," said James Moore, Assistant Director for Education and Human Resource Directorate at NSF. He said by phone that one of the agency's priorities is to make STEM more accessible and inclusive and that the proposed education center would fill that need. "It's a way to augment some of the things that young people are getting in their schools or not getting," he said. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe to my channel to stay up to date. Peace for everyone. Thank you very much for visiting my channel. If not difficult, Like and subscribe to my channel to always be aware of events. Part of the mission that the Arecibo Observatory once did. The U.S. government backpedaled on its decision to rebuild Puerto Rico's fallen alien hunting telescope in Puerto Rico that collapsed in 2020 because the nation has other radar facilities that can do. The telescope met its demise in December.